Hello, and welcome to another brainstorming, sketching sort of stream while I kind of adjust my camera and all that. What are we working on? More Noah's Archipelago and Ricky B. Rat crossover. I just watched a whole bunch of old. Hello, we got a couple people watching already. Hi. I just watched a bunch of old circus footage, so I think I'm gonna do our characters Ursula and Ricky doing some circusy kind of things. Does it relate really to the whole cheesy rat storyline? Well, we'll see. Who knows? So Ursula is kind of into some of the old circusy stuff that she's found footage of on YouTube. When I was a kid in the 80s, I remember seeing they'd have things like I think Circus of the Stars was one of the shows, and that would have like celebrities doing trapeze type of stuff or whatever. Um, but there are other like variety shows that had circus acts. So Ursula, we'll say, has been watching that sort of stuff now. What is she most interested in? Well, the stuff that she's probably not supposed to be interested in. So, lion taming, playing with fire, the stuff that her parents won't allow her to do. Which, hey, I kind of support that. I don't think 8-year-olds should be playing with lions and tigers. And also, let's be blunt, she's not exactly going to be cleaning up the tiger cages. So, we'll have that. She's also obsessed with cartoons, so I did one sketch of her earlier today where she was sitting watching TV and holding up one of those, the flaming hoops that they used to make the tigers jump through. This is way out of proportion, but that's what happens when I'm like talking and drawing at the same time. Anyways, so she wants the lion to be going up onto the platform, but is the lion going to comply? Probably not. And we'll just put a little TV set on there. Show her distracted. Well, actually, it's turning into an iMac, but whatever. You can watch TV on an iMac, right? You can watch YouTube anyways. So there we go. Yeah, I'll draw some nice big jaws. We'll see if I can remember. Um, it's already not looking like very lion-like, but I'm doing this without any reference material. Although, I did just watch a thing on, what's her name? I think Carmen Zander, maybe? A woman who does lion taming at one of the, is it I'm not sure if it's a competition or a showcase or whatever, but like Monte Carlo, I guess has some sort of an annual circus arts sort of thing. And she had her tigers going around. Um, but she was paying attention to the cats, whereas Ursula, again, there's cartoons on TV. So quick little sketch there. I'll do a few sketches and then kind of figure out a bigger one to muck with. Well, actually, I'm going to add here. So let's say that, they always performed inside of a cage. Do, 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 do. So that the lions and tigers couldn't escape and go eat small children out of the audience. But We're going to say that on the other side of this cage, one of the audience members is our pal Ricky B. Rat. Ricky is going to be terrified. I mean, no, he's not going to be terrified because Ricky is very clear anytime anyone asks. He ain't afraid of nothing. It's just, sometimes things startle him, but he ain't afraid of nothing. Um, Lions and tigers, though, I don't know. I mean, he is a rat, so he's not going to like large felines. He don't even like small felines, but they certainly don't like big lions. Quick little sketch. Whereas I think our other buddy Myles actually did a mini zine. Just didn't really put it out there, but I did make it ages ago about Myles imagining becoming a lion tamer, being the first mouse man lion tamer, and then being pissed off that they didn't really pay him very much. There's Myles thinking I could do that, and he could, except he's not. So there we go. Here's our first little circus-y sketch. But yeah, what would Ricky's preferred? Um, Actually, I just had an idea. It's not actually circusy, but I guess it depends how plastered you are. I mean, roadside sobriety test, walking the white line, walking a tightrope. I mean, really, what's the difference? And obviously, all these sketches are super, super rough, but that's why it's the brainstorming show. better marker rather than shade this all in with a pigment liner. This is where we guess how long it's going to take me to find the black. Oh, yeah. Oops. Knocking the mic. Not the mic, the camera. So, Ricky's version of a circus act is the roadside sobriety, but in his mind. And why don't we just bring that over and draw. If he passes the roadside sobriety test, is he going to take a bow like a actual tightrope walker would do? Who knows? That would probably be a very bad idea, one would think. Of course, Ricky being a rat has a little bit of extra help in balancing because he does have that big long tail. Mind you, depending how many tequilas he's had, it might not actually help him very much. Give him a spotlight. Whereas in reality, he's getting blue and red lights. Now, Myles, our obnoxious little accounting friend, who is half mouse man, half rat dude. Maybe he's going to be riding an elephant. Anything to get through traffic jams. Yeah, I guess I should probably draw the elephant first, huh? Obviously not to scale if Miles's head is almost, but not quite the size of an elephant's head, but, you know. This is the point in the show where we realize that I really don't know how to draw cars. If it was still light out, I could look out the window and look at mine. But, it is dark out here already, so you only need 1 or 2 cars, just enough to get the idea that Miles is stuck. Someone in the car looking, going like, "Why the hell is there an elephant in?" Why is there an elephant in the road, and is that street legal? Alright, let's keep kinda going with this. So, Miles riding an elephant. Is the elephant having enough of Miles's shit yet? Probably very quickly, one imagines. Well, there's one way to deal with that. If you're an elephant with a trunk and access to water, if your rider annoys you, and supposedly elephants don't like mice. I think Mythbusters actually did some sort of a test about that. Granted, there was some question about whether it was actually the mouse or whether it was like the sudden movement, because they did something where they had like a coconut shell and then the mouse was under the coconut shell, and then they pulled a string so that the coconut shell went, and then there was this little white mouse. And forget if that was one that they eventually retested, because I know there were some that where if people were like, "Oh, it might have been this or it might have been that," that they then retested. In the case of Miles, it's probably his personality that's making the elephant pissed. That ear's too big. That's a little slightly better. Obviously not to scale, though. Let's do something a little bigger, a little more detailed. Um, let's kind of play with that tightrope idea with Ricky. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, because the flip side of Ricky pretending to be on a tightrope when he's doing a roadside sobriety test, walking the white line, is suddenly if Ricky, for some strange reason, finds himself on an actual tightrope. Well, now he's got to pretend that it's okay, you've done this before. It's just like walking the white line. Of course, any trauma at this scale, we can't really, other than the ears, we don't really get any details about Ricky, which, unless this was going to be a very, very big painting. What else could we muck around with? Definitely not anatomically accurate lions here, but, you know, kinda fits with the bug-eyed vibe of Noah's Archipelago. Ursula has her priorities straight when it comes to lion taming and training. First, you gotta worry about, the f the important things. Later, you can train them to do fun things. Very quick sketch, obviously. Uh, the tiger has opinions. Lions. Yeah. Why don't we add some color? Why not? This is what Ursula thinks being in the circus would be like. The reality is, well, if you're a newbie in the old time circus, I think your first job, if you want to deal with the lions, is kind of the obvious one. Clean the cage, right? If I remember correctly from Mythbusters, the polishing a turd episode they did, they went to the San Francisco Zoo and collected animal poop, and one of the poops they collected was lion poop, and it apparently is kind of like dry pellets. So doesn't quite look like our familiar poop emoji, but apparently the poop balls would be more accurate for what you would actually find in a lion cage. And then there'd be a bunch of like straw and stuff like that. Now, who would be the ringmaster? Just do one or two more sketches. Well, it's already been an hour. Time flies when you're drawing Ursula having to clean up after wild animals. She doesn't even want to clean the chicken coop at home in the regular comic now. I guess out of the three of these, Myles would be the obvious ringmaster, but I have another idea. But first, let's excuse me. First, let's draw our friend Myles, fresh from getting doused by the elephants, disgruntled employees, you know. Uh, First, let's draw Myles as the ringmaster. And messed up his little feet, makes it looking like he's wearing high heels. Oops. Excuse me. This would be Ursula's dad, Noah, who is somewhat of a showman and who tends to not wear a shirt, or at least not wear a buttoned shirt. I guess you could say that's a happy ending. Although no more lions being trained to eat her homework means she's possibly going to have to do the homework, but you know, such is life. Truth be told, Noah in some ways dresses a lot more like a clown than a ringmaster, but ego-wise, he would definitely want to be the ringmaster. Yeah. We will assume that Noah is wearing the same jacket that he wears at, I don't know if that's the right color. Yeah, I guess it's not quite the turquoise of the hat, but, Noah likes to dress up like a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day, and we'll kind of assume this is the same tailcoat that he wears for that. right. So let's review what we've flipped through and let's flip through and review what we've done. A whole bunch of little quick sketches today. So, yeah, that one's from last week. So we've got Ursula watching cartoons, trying to get the lion to go up onto the stand, but not really paying attention. Ricky being terrified, except he's not afraid of anything. He's just startled, and he doesn't like cats. Um, and then Myles being unimpressed with Ursula's questionable lion taming skills. And then Ricky's version of a circus act would be walking the tightrope. And in this version, he's actually doing a roadside sobriety test and, well, imagining that he's up walking the tightrope in front of a crowd of people. Myles riding an elephant, stuck in traffic jam, late for work, and for whatever reason, the elephant doesn't feel like stomping the other cars or just doing the whole lane splitting thing. Uh, Elephant's more pissed off at Myles and decides to douse him with water. And then we sketched Ricky on the tightrope again, but this time the other way around. He's actually on the tightrope and he's imagining he's just doing a roadside test, which he has some experience with, apparently. Ursula, the TV has been removed. Now she wants the lions to eat her homework. And so they have they have opinions on their trainer, and so does the tiger. The tiger has the opinions on the lion. Lions. Ursula, the lion tamer apprentice, having to clean the cage. Not liking the ringmaster. Well, who's the ringmaster? Well, obviously it would be Myles, because he's certainly not going to clean the cages or get in the cages with the lions. Anyways, and then Ursula's dad, Noah, makes an appearance. So, hope you've enjoyed this little brainstorming session stream. And what we will be doing next, my next stream is going to be on Friday. That will be a finished work type of thing. I will be inking another of the bonus cartoons from the upcoming Noah's Archipelago anthology that I'm working on. So we will be seeing more of Noah and possibly Ursula. I think Ursula's in the one that I'm going to do on Friday. And then I might have one more Friday stream inking stuff from Noah's Archipelago, but I think after that, I'm probably going to do the last 2 or 3 bonus cartoons for Noah off camera. And then I think what I'm going to start doing on my Friday inking stream is I actually have a graphic novel that I'm working on for Ricky B, the Rock and Roll Rat, i.e. Mr. Walk the Line. Anyways, I think I still have like over 100 pages to ink for that. So we will probably be working on, not this Friday, but next Friday. And moving forward on Fridays, I think we'll be inking pages from the Ricky book. And then next Monday, I think I'll be able to do another page from the book I'm working on that's all about Myles. So that's it for today's stream. We'll wave goodbye to our ringmaster and our wannabe ringmaster and our lazy lion tamer. And we will see you soon. Bye for now.